Hey, I wanted to share with you before all of this got closed up, the construction going on in the new Octave studios, this is really cool. So we talked about this in an earlier video, but I wanted to do a separate video just to sort of show you how all of this is going to work and how it's going to be. Now you can see we're under construction. Here's our barrier here, our mighty visqueen, whatever that stuff is, plastic, to keep all the dust down, because what you're looking at, I'm over here in music room 3. Now music room 3 is the room that over the last couple of years, every time you've seen me inside of the listening room, where we've had the FR30s, the room that was kind of white, that was music room 3. That was our main reference room for years. And that has now moved downstairs. It is now called the listening lab, and I did a separate video on that. You should check that out, because the listening lab is an amazing sounding room. So much better sounding than this room ever was. Music room 3 was great, but because we were on a suspended floor, because of this and that, it wasn't all we had ever hoped for. And you know, I gotta tell you, life's interesting, right? Because try as you might, we had acousticians come in, we put all the money up for hard ceilings, we built this. I mean, look at this, look at how thick these walls are. This opening, right, was cut between music room 2, where the camera is. That's where the Infinity IRS 5s used to be. And then over here, which was where the FR30, our master room, and there was this wall, and you can see how thick this wall is. I mean, we put some bucks out to build the most perfect listening room we knew how to build, and it was a really great room, but it never lived up to our expectations, never. Again, a whole bunch of reasons. You know, it's like, how many times have each of us said, dang, I wish I could go back and do that over again, now knowing what I know today, right? Isn't life like that? But you can't put it in rewind. It just doesn't work like that. So anyway, now that we've had our second chance, we didn't make the same mistakes twice, and we built what I consider to be the single most extraordinary room that we have ever had, that I have certainly ever been associated with, in the listening lab, which is downstairs. So here we are, and we're moving the studio up here. So why will the studio work up here better? Well, because a studio is actually the opposite of what you want in a listening room. The fact that bass frequencies leak through the floor is a good thing in our studio. Why? Well, because one of the problems in Octave studios that down the road, if you've been over there, you know we're about a mile away from the studio that we're moving. If we get bass in here, it builds up in the room and gets into all the microphones. The fact that this room doesn't have great bass, wonderful. Now I can mic the bass and it doesn't get into all the other instruments. And the other aspects of this, we're gonna, we'll put all the appropriate diffusers and all that stuff. So this is gonna be really cool. This window, I think, is 23 or 29 feet long. It is one long window, right? And we're going to do it in multiple sections here with, the glass going down as you would, real thick double pane glass. So this will allow me, or Jessica or Terry, whenever we're making recordings, to be on this side of the window looking into here. So music room 3 will have all the instruments, the piano, and I'll show you all of that once we get going. But I just wanted to share with you this amazing opening before we got all the windows in. Music room 2 will become the control room. Music room 3 will become the new music room for Octave Records. And this is going to signify a whole new era for Octave. So I couldn't be more excited. So, all right. Thanks for joining me. We'll talk to you later. Bye.